was actually going, and I said there was an important job opening data, right? Now, if you see, there is a trend line, right? I think this trend line is the one you were expecting will provide a support. So this is one. The other one is in the interim, right? Is a very sharp trend line where market closed, right? Now, when market breaks this level, right? When market opens gap down, I said if it opens gap down, it has to take a support at the immediate level, right? It has to, as in it can. Nothing is has in the market. It can take a support at the immediate level. If this doesn't provide a support, all these are decisional areas in the market. Now, what are these areas in the market where market is actually pivoted, right? When I say pivoted, if you forget everything, right, it's going up, then coming down, right? Let me just take this as a line chart, right? It will be very clear. So do you see this? This sharp up move, hits sharp up move, right? And then the other areas are not sharp up move, but this is a sharp up move, right? So these are pivot areas, right, in the market. And if you come down, I'm coming back to the candles, right? This I won't consider, this I won't consider, right? These three, right, are the areas from where it has moved up. Now, this is an immediate one, this is decisional, this is extreme, right? Or rather this one, okay, wait. This is also decisional, this is an extreme point, right? At extreme point, you can take touch pay trade, the decisional points, right? The immediate one, you can take it at touch. The others, right, you should avoid. I'll just mute everyone.
Yes.
Okay. At the immediate point, right, you can, if you have made good money, you can take it at touch. But otherwise, right, you should avoid taking it at touch, right? Now, at these points of interest, what do? You are assuming you switch in the market in 1 minute, right? I'll post the link again, guys. 40 minutes, this one will continue. Then I'll again post a link. It will be slightly inconvenient, but do join back, right? Now, if you see, it came down, touched this market, went up, it came down, touched again, right? This is the space, right? This is the space. Now, if you see, these highs have been taken out here, right? This is the space where we wanted to go long. All right, this is where I gave a long. It came down and it went up one, right? Now the theory of gap is very simple. You just look at, this is your gap, right? Target one is always 50%. It comes back and retests, right? This is where I again said enter long. Target two is always the area where market was actually initially closing. Closing candle is an important support and resistance given market has opened a big gap down, right? Now it is taking this resistance. So if you go back and see my message, right here again, I had said it will be a long. So for people who are trading safe, right, I had given it about this trap candle at 43,250. Personally, I entered earlier because as in I entered here above this level 43,194 and I made small position 43,216. I made added position 43,231 and 250, right, is where I entered majority of my position. The idea was trap candle ke upar jayega, it will be a good long, right? From here the targets were 300, 320, not beyond that. इसके beyond अगर जाता भी तो 370 तक जाता. I was not much interested in that trade, right? Now over here what can happen, right? Over here what can happen? Market now again I'm switching back to 15 minutes time frame, right? Ideally, if I would have not if I would have made big money, right, like 8-10%, I would have shorted a call here, right? But given it's okay, 4.5% is not big, that big an amount. I did not venture out aggressively to short a call. I am rather now waiting to take another trade, right? Now, when you look at it, right, what are the trades which are possible, right? So first thing, right, is this understood in terms of how I entered a trade? right? Is this understood? Are there any questions?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yeah. Okay, good. Now, again, if you see, right, this trend line was respected. There is a sweep candle here, right? Second time it took a support, went up, right? We could have got a short. We could have got a short if market would have tested this indecision candle, right? Given it has not tested this indecision candle, a short is also not warranted here. Why indecision candle is important? Indecision, right? So after the move up, first time buyers and sellers are undecided about where they want to get into the market, right? So if you see indecision candle is 43,311 to 43,255, right? Typically, if I pick up a 0.48, 0.45 delta option in this low wick scenario, right? 50, 60 points against me, right, would mean that I would lose 24, 25 points, right? So typically that is where, this is how I would plan my entry of a put. It's moved from 43 to 140, 70 points, my 70, 75 points. Typically my SL goes beyond 30, 32 rupees. For me, it is not a good entry. The reason is simple, right? Again, if you think of it, I made 4.5%. If I plan a 40 rupees, 35 rupees SL, right? 250, 280, today is Wednesday, right? So I'm planning 250, 280 rupees P at 250 to 80 rupees, right? If I see 35, right, is roughly 15% of my trade that I take, right? So even if I enter with small quantity, I will have to target a 56, more than 70, 75 rupees premium. Given there is a support immediately at 43,080 and this big demand candle which has got formed, right, in form of a hammer at support, I am not very confident on taking this trade forward, right? Hence, I did not take a P, right? It's okay. We lost. We did not make 50, 60 points, but what I explained yesterday, nobody could take money from our pocket, right? Which is important. If you're not making money, don't lose money, right? And we made decent money with that first two trades. So is it a win-win? Is it a lose-lose? It's a win-win for me. I did not make money, but no one took money from me and I've already made money in the morning. Is it understood? And see, this is what is happening here. PEs, right, are actually not moving much. By the time you enter near VWAP, right, it is actually not moving much. Yeah. Ask questions.
Nilay, you mentioned about 43,500 P, no? 2 days
Yesterday,
back.
right? Yesterday's
Yeah.
call, right? Yeah.
Day before you said the sell is level 500 levels.
Yeah. In the analysis video, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So 43, okay. I use OI Pulse. I will try and figure out some alternative through which people can actually see open interest data, right? Again, I'm not recommending anyone to buy anything. It's just I had bought it earlier, so I continue to use it. Right now, I will go to a page here, right, and there are certain free alternatives which I will try and bring in, right. Actually, if you see, right, so this is just a graphical representation of how the open interest is placed, right. Sorry, I'll admit all. Okay. Is getting recorded. I hope I had placed a record here. Okay, it's getting recorded. Okay. Now, if you see, right, the reason why, so there are certain psychological levels, right, where option writers are sitting, right? Institutional option writers are sitting. So those levels are 43,000, 43,500, 44,000. All 500s, right, in Bank Nifty are psychological levels, right? Now at 500 levels, plus and minus 50 is typically what I look at as a strong resistance or a strong support band, right? So if you see in the morning message, what did I say? 43.30 to 43.080 is a strong support. It's not only price action driven, it's also driven through the institutional strike, right? Now, the point, right, on 43,500 that I made yesterday, right? Lionel, I will cover Nifty as well. Just give me a minute. Okay, this is Bank Nifty. Select expiry 4th May. So do you see this is the situation yesterday, right? When we were analyzing the market, big call writer, right? Green is the call writer bar, red is the put writer bar. Where is the call writer seated? Where is the put writer seated? Right? Put writer is seated at 43,000. Call writer is seated at 43,500, right? Biggest bar, right? Now, given this guy is seated here, and he would have written options, right? Where I am assuming it's written at a VWAP, right? I will just come and show this thing. Okay. Okay. You see this chart?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Now at VWAP, right? Yesterday, when this person would have written the trade, right? When he would have written the trade, the second, right? I had given certain targets here as well, right? So if you see, right, this is a flat line from 240 to, let me go to a 1 hour chart, right? Because that will be easier to look at, right? 250 here, right, is a good VWAP level, right? 250, which means for them to make a loss on the day of expiry, this particular spot should trade at 43,750 and above. Only then they will make a loss. Otherwise, with premium decay, they will be able to make some profit, right? So for an option writer who had heavily written, and before this, there are no volumes, guys. Before this, there are no volumes. If you see, right, there are no volumes here, right? Now, what did I say in my video? About 285, right? The targets are 332, 394, and this could go as high as 502, right? Again, now are we trading for those big targets now? When it opened gap down, right? I said if it opens gap down, big gap down, I am not interested in chasing this trade because most of my targets would have been met with the gap down. And if you see, right, my two targets were met with the gap down. Third target, which is 110 points away, for that, right, my risk was very big. So what did I say yesterday in my video? If it opens around 278, 280, and I get a flat or a small gap up, right, I would like to take this trade with a minimal stop loss, right? This trade did not trigger for me, right? But the idea was 43,500 was an institutional strike, which was gradually building from a call writer standpoint, which is where I was planning. And yesterday, right, I said there is data. Last hour price action, I'm not considering because it's attached to expiry. If I get a flat to gap up, I will take a put trade with small quantity. If I get a gap down, I will look for a support around 43,080. Nibu, it answers your question?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, where to enter? So clearly, right, we are not able to enter a put, right? So what should we do? Should we search for an entry? Should we kind of try and sorry, these guys, okay, I'm trying to get them added. Yeah.
At
Okay,
this
now
point in Bank Nifty, where it can go means long or short.
see, in
Yes, I'm
all
thinking
probabilities, yeah,
how
in all
to
probability,
how to
yeah. So right now it's in a no trade zone, right? It has to actually break below 43.30 for me to enter a put, right? For me, the candlestick pattern which is getting formed, right, that did not give any trade, right? I'll quickly look at a component chart. And if you remember yesterday, I clearly said the chart which is weak is HDFC, ICICI and Axis. They look strong. right, as compared to HDFC. And if you see, right, and the others, right, are not going to give any major support. And consequently, what I said, if ICICI and Axis open at a support, if HDFC doesn't fall big, it will help you take the bank nifty up, right? Which is what has happened right now. If you see component chart, right, HDFC, ICICI going exactly in opposite direction, right? Typically, Axis and ICICI work in a pair. If you see both these things, right, are going together, ये भी bullish sign there है support पे, ये भी bullish है. This one is at a support, but it's bearish. Kotak is flat, right? Kotak, I have clearly said now after I am expecting some sort of consolidation before it does anything. SBI में profit booking मैंने कहा था 577, 580 का zone. So personally, if you ask me, I think the second half will be full of consolidation. People will exit their positions, right? The positions that they have made, they will try and exit their positions, and there will be limited volume in the market because there is an FOMC meet in the night, right? It's not only about FOMC meet. Macroeconomically, I don't know how many of you all are following US markets in the night. Yesterday, a lot of regional banks. So what has happened, right, with SVB? And again, I'm diverting from the topic. SVB, right, was taken over by FDIC, right? Now, why was SVB very important? For people who have lived in US or have friends in the Silicon Valley, right? They know that fintechs, right, were many fintechs, they had their accounts with SVB. SVB used to participate with VCs, right, in funding them, right? So it's a very important regional bank which people associated with Silicon Valley, right? Now, as SVB took a bet on mortgage and it came under the bus, FDIC insured their bonds, right? Now, if you follow the US banking system, there are 4 or 5 big banks, right? JP Morgan is one of them, Wells Fargo is another one, Bankem is another one, and you have smaller depository players like Northern Trust and all, right? So JP Morgan is a Pan America bank. Bankem is again more, Bankem and Wells Fargo, right, are segregating, right? So JP Morgan, as they have kept acquired, and JP Morgan is a bank which grows through acquisition, right? Now, as they kept acquiring, right, after 2015, JP Morgan became a bank which is too big to fail. So there are certain brands in US. I think Sid has lived there, right? Sid will be able to attest to what I am saying. There are certain brands in US which are too big to fail, where government has to intervene and step in and help them avert any default, right? Which means taxpayers' money is always at risk, right? JP Morgan was one of them. The problem is JP Morgan and regulators, right, are not seeing eye to eye on certain issues. So JP Morgan is very clear. In fact, starting 2008, Jamie Dimon has never taken taxpayers' money. Even during the crisis, right, all the other banks took money. JP Morgan did not take money. So there is no control that regulators can exercise it on them, right? And this I can personally attest to because we were part of the bank earlier, right, when we saw some of these things happen. Now, as things have kind of shaped up, right, the administration over the last 2-3 years has always been talking about ensuring that there is decent parity, there is competition in the market from a banking standpoint. So they did not want some of the banks to continue growing from their deposit standpoint. With this incident which happened with SVB, right, immediately in the aftermath, some of the large banking CEOs came back and they said that regional players will have to ensure that they align their interests to the larger players and strategically merge or probably get, as in not absorbed, but get killed in the competition, right? And that makes it very difficult for some of the small players to survive. The decision which happened, which came 2-3 days back, right, has actually now and government was never willing for some of these larger banks to continue growing larger. In SVB's case, now JP Morgan has taken it over. And I think 2 days back that news came. Yesterday, if you see some of these smaller banks, right, they have corrected big, right? They have corrected big. So macroeconomically, if you see now the jobs data and everything is again pointing to Fed's hands being twisted to make a decision which may not be in the favor of the market's movement upside. So yesterday, immediately after the data, gold went up. gold went up, right? Now this banking thing which has come up, right, is a surprise. The other news which is a surprise, which not many people know, is the treasury has said they have some money till June first week or somewhere till July, right? Which is again a surprise. I have not been able to follow everything, or there is no analysis available for us to read through. I need to spend more time understanding that, right? So somewhere, right, the market is right now in a quagmire, right? When I say quagmire, it's actually stuck, confused है कि decision आएगा क्या, ठीक है? Ideally 25 basis points everyone is expecting, and you can go back and आज शाम को data मतलब FOMC का meet 11:30 बजे के आसपास होता है, शाम से 6-6:30 से if you then get hooked on to the US economic news channels, right, over YouTube, you will get a clear sense of लोगों का expectation क्या है. In my mind, basis whatever I have seen till yesterday, 25 basis points is digested. People are looking at a commentary ahead, right, in terms of what they intend to do, because whatever they have to do, they will do it till February, March. उसके बाद तो क्योंकि इलेक्शन ईयर है, तो जुलाई के बाद मतलब उस मीट के ये एक साल के बाद अब कुछ नहीं होगा. तो जो भी आइडिया है नेक्स्ट 6-9 months का चाहिए. एंड जनरली आफ्टर थैंक्सगिविंग, फ्रॉम थैंक्सगिविंग टू जैन, they don't come up with any adverse decisions because it's a holiday season where people love to spend time with their families in Europe and US. So they don't come up with any adverse decisions there. And that is where I personally feel after ये meet के बाद एक और meet होगा, उसके बाद कोई decision ऐसा नहीं आएगा which will have ramifications on the market. ठीक है? So looking at this, right, 25 basis points probably is digested. आगे क्या होने वाला है वो commentary किसी को पता नहीं. So first half में जो भी movement हुआ नीचे, उसमें 43,500 जो भी कॉल राइटर है उसने अपनी पोजीशन खाली कर दी. इफ यू लुक एट स्टैटिस्टिक्स डेटा, राइट, despite the fall of 400-500 points, 43,500 call writer has not created fresh position, right? And despite the move up, the put writer has also not created much position. So if you see, right, these movements, and that is where yesterday in my video I said the market will be volatile but in a narrow range, because most of these times the institutional strike guys, right, will kind of they will continue to manage and exit their position. ठीक है? तो आज अगर आप देखेंगे कोई बड़ा वॉल्यूम नहीं आया होगा इन द मार्केट, एंड ग्रेजुअली इफ यू सी, राइट, एवरीवन वुड बी just managing their position. So when they are managing their position, right, if you have made money today, and yesterday in my analysis video I said, right, if you have made money, try to preserve your profits from yesterday. So don't venture out with big risk. And if you get a couple of good trades in the morning, don't take a risk unnecessarily. Right? Guys, understood? कोई भी question है पूछो.
Understood, bro.
Guys, ask everyone, right? The reason why I'm doing live session is for some of the things, right? I don't, most of the days, right, you would say I'm very conservative as a trader. I won't venture out with big positions in the market, right? There are days when you will get big positions in the market, you make it, you will continue to make money, right? But every day it is not like an ATM, right? So you have to be very cautious when you are trading in the market. Yeah, no volume, no panic yet. Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, ये डिमांड जोन 15 मिनट पे, सो अग्रेसिव ही एंट्री करना है या फिर लोअर टाइम फ्रेम पे कंफर्मेशन लिया जाए? लोअर टाइम, शुभम, लोअर टाइम फ्रेम पे कंफर्मेशन लेना चाहिए. तो जो 43,080 का जो ट्रेड था ना, वहां पे मैंने लोअर टाइम फ्रेम पे कंफर्मेशन लेके ही ट्रेड किया था. अब क्योंकि वो एक मिटिगेटेड जोन है, आई वुड नॉट बी लुकिंग एट अ री एंट्री. मिटिगेटेड जोन पे री एंट्री पे आपका 1 मिनट हाई फ्लोटिंग, ओके, इस जोन पे ना, या इस जोन पे 1 मिनट में ना, सी 15 मिनट इज वेयर आई ड्रॉ माई स्ट्रक्चर्स, 1 मिनट इज वेयर आई स्टार्ट टेकिंग माई एंट्रीज एंड एग्जिट्स, राइट? सो ये मिटिगेटेड जोन था, यहाँ पे स्वीप कैंडल बना के ये रीटेस्ट पे ट्रेड बनता था. आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन टेकिंग एनी सीई और पीई ट्रेड्स नाउ. मेरे लिए पीई ट्रेड राइट आता है, मेरे लिए सीई ट्रेड राइट 43,080 पे. इन बिटवीन जो भी मूवमेंट हो रहा है 50-60 पॉइंट का, I can actually show it live to you guys. PE का चार्ट का जो मूवमेंट होगा ना, will not corroborate with this movement, right? And I will show it to you guys also. Wait, we'll see the 43,000 C. So see, where will you enter? You will have to take an entry here around 266. आप एकदम नीचे एंटर नहीं कर पाओगे, या तो आप 266 या 259 पे एंटर करोगे. आपका रिस्क कितना है? Risk is somewhere below this, right? So it's a 20-point risk that I have, right? Against that, I'm seeing a 40 point reward, right? Not a good trade to enter. And अगर आप देखोगे ना, मूवमेंट जितना चार्ट में और 80-90 पॉइंट है, ये तो इन द मनी है. इन द मनी डेल्टा -1 है, क्योंकि 43,100 पे मार्केट चल रहा है, 43,000 सी हम एनालाइज करें. So this is definitely as in for all practical purposes, given we are just 1 day ahead of expiry, right? This is deep ITM. क्योंकि डेल्टा 1 पे चले जाते हैं. That is where I personally feel movements आ रही है, लेकिन आपको ऑप्शन चार्ट पे ना मूवमेंट्स नहीं दिखेगी. Yeah. So guys, important thing, right? Got the mindset of why I am staying away from trades. आपको चार्ट में मूवमेंट अच्छा दिख रहा है. अगर आप देखोगे ना चार्ट में तो अच्छा खासा 70-80 पॉइंट्स का मूव है. आप जो ऑप्शन ट्रेड कर रहे हो ना, उसमें तो डीप आईटीएम में 20 पॉइंट्स का मूवमेंट हुआ है. अब इसमें आप एटीएम एंड ओटीएम में क्या करोगे? कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते. Guys, understood? Any question? Please tell me. क्वेश्चंस अगर आप नहीं पूछोगे ना तो क्या होगा, आपकी डिपेंडेंसी हमेशा मेरे जैसे लोगों पे रहेगी, which I don't want, क्योंकि at some stage I will also not be doing a lot of live sessions, right? So the idea is, the reason why I'm putting everything out along with setups is for you guys to learn easy.
Sir, there are some unknowns. That's why means trader like me sometimes don't understand what to ask. Means there must be something which I even don't know that such thing exists. So with you, I think for 3 months or 4 months, then we will understand. Okay, this thing is existing. That thing is that phenomenon is existing. So then slowly we will be asking you so many questions. So right now, very sorry. Means sometimes we don't understand.
Yeah. So guys, of whatever I have explained, right? Are there any questions? And see, again, I have not taken a put trade and I am not suggesting a call trade also. And my reason is very simple, right? 15-20-30 पॉइंट के लिए मत ट्रेड करो, आपका कैपिटल ज्यादा जल्दी उड़ाएगा, राइट? एंड आज का दिन तो हमने 2 ट्रेड अच्छे लिए. 2 ट्रेड्स के बाद don't try to venture aggressively. The only reason is, see, in market, right? Right now, probably many of us will be having a very small capital to trade, right? You are not preparing yourself for this. ये तो बैटल है छोटा सा, ठीक है? आप चाहे 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 जो भी नंबर डालने डालो, राइट? ये तो छोटा बैटल है. यहाँ पे आप प्रॉफिट भी करके कुछ नहीं करने वाले हो, यहाँ पे आप लॉस करके आप सीखोगे जरूर इफ यू आर जर्नलिंग वेल, राइट? And that is where I personally feel that you need to prepare yourself for the big war that at some stage, right, you guys are going to fight. And जब आप लड़ोगे ना, तब आप बड़े कैपिटल से अगर आप गलतियां करोगे तो it will eventually sway out everything that you have, right? That is my concern, and that is where I am saying learn correctly right now, so that whatever mistakes you are doing, do it with small money, right? तो आपको डर नहीं लगेगा आगे. बड़े पैसे से अगर आप मिस्टेक करोगे ना तो आपका कॉन्फिडेंस पूरा शेक आउट हो जाएगा. तो जो भी गलतियां करो छोटे पैसे से करो. मैंने भी अपने कैपिटल, मैंने बड़े कैपिटल से बहुत बार अकाउंट्स होते हैं. उसके बाद मैंने, मेरा माइंडसेट है ना, 5,000 10,000 से, तब तो लेवरेज भी मिलता था हमको. 5,000 में 20,000 तक की ट्रेडिंग, 20-40,000 तक की ट्रेडिंग कर सकते थे. तो तब मैंने, and see, when I was trading, natural gas was available at 2,000, crude was available at 3,200 and Zerodha. उसके बाद Zerodha ने मार्जिन कम किया, फिर एलिस ब्लू वगैरह सबसे जो मार्जिन देते थे. तो हमारे टाइम पे लर्निंग करना बहुत इजी, लेवरेज अच्छा मिलता था. अब वैसा लेवरेज मिलता नहीं है, तो लर्निंग ऑन ऑप्शन सेलिंग एंड एवरीथिंग इज वेरी एक्सपेंसिव, राइट? तो आप जो भी कर रहे हैं, आप अभी अपने माइंडसेट के तरफ से ही करें. तो द रीजन व्हाई आई से, राइट, 2-4% का कैप रखो. क्यों? क्योंकि 10,000 रुपये उड़ गया तो कोई बड़ा बात नहीं है. But that is telling your mind, right? 10,000 rupees is not mattering to me. For a person, I am making consistent money now in the market. Still in excess, right? I am trading 0.01. Same reason, because I don't want to, and there was a problem with the mindset in between, right? So I could not trade very well with funded account. So now I've scaled it down till I make certain amount, right? I don't want to venture aggressively in the forex market. So at every stage, right, you will need to commit कितना पैसा मैं लूज कर सकता हूँ उस अकाउंट को देख के, नॉट विद माय सैलरी एंड एवरीथिंग। तो वो अकाउंट को देख के आप समझो कितना लूज कर सकते हो। तो इफ यू मेड मनी, डोंट वेंचर एवरीथिंग राइट नाउ। Final, you had a question on, and see what has happened. It's touched the resistance and it has fallen flat. And ये 1 मिनट का जो कैंडल होता है ना, आप एग्जिट भी है ना इधर तक नहीं करोगे 43,180 तक। 43,180 तक अगर आपने एग्जिट प्लान भी किया होगा ना, तो आपका स्विंग 274 पे, और 256 to 274, right? 256, 259, 15 rupees. Why will I take so much stress? Rather, इसमें ट्रेड बनता नहीं था इसी के लिए। Got the logic live in terms of why certain times we should avoid trading.
Yes.
Yes.
ठीक है।
Yes.
See, market has also been good because market is also vindicating everything that I am saying. Okay, now we'll come to Nifty analysis. Nifty, right? Unlike Bank Nifty, निफ्टी में कल मुझे जहाँ पे लॉन्ग दिख रहा था ना, वो पहली बार तो मिल गया था। मैंने कहा भी था निफ्टी थोड़ा ज्यादा क्लीन है, क्योंकि निफ्टी का ट्रेड, ये ट्रेंड लाइन का सपोर्ट भी यहाँ पे दिख रहा है। ठीक है, ये क्लोजिंग कैंडल का भी सपोर्ट था। तो निफ्टी में मैंने कहा था अगर गैप डाउन बैंक निफ्टी करता है विथ निफ्टी आईटी, राइट, निफ्टी का ये जो ट्रेड था क्लीन था, एंड निफ्टी ने अपना टारगेट दे दिया। ठीक है, नाउ यू पुट निफ्टी एंड बैंक निफ्टी चार्ट्स टुगेदर, राइट? लेट मी जस्ट वेट. Okay, let me put Nifty and Bank Nifty chart together right here. Now there is a disparity. I don't know. People who have traded for some time, right, would clearly watch this and see this, right? Now see this, right? So interesting क्या है, ये मैं सारा फिबोनाची वगैरह सब हटा रहा हूँ यहाँ से, ताकि सिर्फ आपको नेकेड चार्ट दिखे। ठीक है, बैंक निफ्टी का बड़ा गैप डाउन था, निफ्टी का गैप डाउन क्लोजिंग कैंडल के नीचे नहीं हुआ। ठीक है, तो एक तो ये डिस्पैरिटी था। तो सुबह का मॉर्निंग मूव यहाँ पे जायज था, क्योंकि निफ्टी एटलीस्ट एक सपोर्ट, फर्स्ट राउंड ऑफ सपोर्ट लेता। बैंक निफ्टी इसके नीचे खुला तो बैंक निफ्टी भी अपना सपोर्ट ढूंढेगा। अब अगर आप देखोगे, निफ्टी ने अपना सपोर्ट लेके निफ्टी ने ओपनिंग ओपन हाई ट्रेड नहीं निकाला है, बैंक निफ्टी ने ओपन हाई कर दिया। बट अगर ये यहाँ पे रेजिस्टेंस ले रहा है अराउंड 11 o'clock, ये रेजिस्टेंस यहाँ पे 11 o'clock इस कैंडल का लेगा। तो मैंने टारगेट्स क्या दिए थे 300, वो ये चार्ट भी जब देखो तो क्लियर कट दिख रहा था कि यहाँ पे एग्जिट। अब यहाँ पे ट्रेड कब बनता है? ट्रेड इसके नीचे तक नहीं बनता, 18,084 के नीचे, राइट? क्यों? क्योंकि ये प्रायर एक जो पीपल हु हैव बीन फॉलोइंग मी, राइट, रैली बेस्ड रैली, राइट, रैली, सो ड्रॉप रैली बेस्ड रैली हियर, right? Now till this base is violated, right, till this base is violated, I don't have a trade on the short side. So once it breaks down, it retests, I will again take a trade, right? Now if Nifty is not going up, if Bank Nifty is alone pulling it up, right, I am expecting one round of selling to come, because Nifty is the index which most of the, as in volume wise, अगर आप देखो तो Nifty का volume is 5 to 10 times more than Bank. So given most of the traders are looking at this, right, it will be difficult for me to convince myself and Nifty and Bank Nifty are going in a different direction, right? Hence, I am not taking a call. I am not taking a put. First one was the only trade where both were in sync, and I was very confident of taking a trade. Next वाला भी जो मैंने दिया है conservative ही दिया। Guys, ask a question in this. This is very important. Many people actually don't use this feature on Wipers or any platform that they use. Right? They look at Nifty. They don't look at Nifty while trading Bank Nifty, and if they are trading Nifty, they are not looking at Bank Nifty. So Lionel, right now there is no trade. Nifty especially is at between, sandwiched between a very narrow range, right? So if you have made money, 60 point का range है, avoid a trade now. Cash positional as it we are okay, but people okay. No room for protect. Okay. Thank you. Okay. HL. Yeah, permit correct. And that is what I was saying, right? And in fact, अगर आपने अब देखा होगा ना, पुट में 15-20 रुपए का मूवमेंट आ गया, बट फॉल के साथ में पुट में भी 60-70 पॉइंट के फॉल के साथ कुछ मूवमेंट नहीं आया. I will post Zoom link again. We will rejoin. I want to cover the HL trade, but first I wanted to see generally people like I trade. I am a bank nifty trader, right? For last 4-5 years, people who have been following me, they very clearly know I trade bank nifty fairly well. So generally, my sessions people love to join because of bank nifty setups and bank nifty trading. I want to cover the positional stocks as well, and I will take you guys through. I will explain it.
Nilay, excuse me, I'm sorry. Nilay, you don't have to repost the link actually. The same link we can rejoin again.
Yes, you can. I think Zoom now, right, asks for a 5-minute wait time.
Oh, okay, cool. Not an issue.
So yeah, but we'll try it because this one will have to record, right? So rejoin the
Yes,
link.
true.
Once this closes, right, rejoin the link. It will take 5 minutes to convert this recording, right, and then we will see.
Yeah, sure, not an issue.
Meanwhile, Nilay, just have a look on the Axis Bank. I think it is breaking a crucial trend line, and that might be a bad trade. I mean, short trade, a good short trade from here with a good risk reward.
Nah, access support पे.
Yeah, but support
Access
trend line को
support
break.
पे.
Okay.
Horizontal देखो ना, कितने सारे candles